So good morning to all and welcome on the third day of 5-day long FDP on topic recent trends and challenges in research. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome today's resource person, Dr. Pradeep Paik sir. Currently, he is working as an associate professor in School of Biomedical Engineering in IIT BH. Sir has completed his PhD from IIT Kanpur. He is having more than 12-year teaching and research experience. His research interest lies in the area of materials for healthcare and therapeutic application. Sir has also published more than 90 research papers and has 6 patents to his credit. Dr. Pradeep sir has served as visiting scientist in Bar Ilan University, Israel, and Rice University, USA. He is also a recipient of various awards, including Outstanding Scientist Award in Biomedical Engineering field and many more. Once again, I welcome Dr. Pradeep sir and request him to start the session.
Thank you, Dr. Srivastava, and thank you all.
Welcome, sir.
And simultaneously, I would like to say good morning to you all for the long waiting. I'm sorry for that. And I'm sharing the screen now. Okay. Sharing the screen. It's coming now, you see?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Full, whether it is full, coming full.
Yes, sir, now it's slides.
Okay. It's coming full. Okay. If network problem is there, call me in WhatsApp number. Okay. Sometime I will not. Okay. Okay. Because without WhatsApp number. So thank you very much, Dr. Jaita and the groups who are hosting this meeting and for inviting me. It's a long discussion was there with Dr. Joita. I have to give a talk in Amity University. Anyway, after repeated attempts, it could success. Thank you very much for the organizer and others. And let's go directly. Whatever we faced, everyone as a researcher, from the source of funds, how to gather the source of funds. Without source of funds, we cannot assign the project to the PhD or MTech or any other students. So I decided that initially I thought that I will be giving a journey of writing a project proposal to why it's not seen. It's fine. Writing project proposal, how to submit for the funds to the various funding agency. That I will be telling how to write the project proposal. I know many of you may have the experience of writing project proposals and many may have got the funds. Anyway, if this will be helpful, those who are the beginners of the life or beginner of the research career, let's say for the PhD students or other research scholar scientists, those who will be submitting for the funds. For let's say a journey of writing research proposal and to get the funds, how it's happened. Okay, this is the title of the talk. And you see this figure, let's say explain, this is the IIT BHU part of, it's a very old campus, 100 years, more than 100 years. Anyway, let's go directly. So it will be a 45 minutes or 50 minutes talk. I will be telling the key points, whatever, by the way we got the success to get the funds. Okay, other may write the project proposal in some other way, funding agency and others will be different, and different funding agency will have the different criteria how to submit the project proposal. Now, say the research proposal writing, what are the key points has to be considered first, okay? Because here I have mentioned the funding agency and their requirements are different. Let's say in our country, area of research, trust area, first you have to discuss with your co-PI or anything, whatever you are doing the research. And our funding agency are mainly DST, ACRB, CSIR, DBT, Department of Science, Biotechnology, STARS also is there, BARC also is there, and many more are there, those who are from the electronics background or some other non-government sector are there, many NGO are there according to their requirement. Like say this time COVID was there. Due to COVID, there was very much number of call was there from the various funding agency throughout the world. So their requirement was the different. So we have to choose the what are the key points funding agency and their requirements, what they are asking, what is their area, thrust area of research, thrust area is matching with your area of research or not, or if you let's say partially matching and partially your colleagues research is matching, so that cases what can come jointly together and can make a proposal. That can also be happen. So details thing we can share here. So project proposals, your proposal, let's say anyone's proposal, even PhD students can submit the project proposal for the DST Inspire. Postdoc students also, postdoc scholar also, they can submit for the postdocs, fellowship along with the funds. Women scientists, those who are there, there is lot of scopes nowadays in India to promote the women scientists, because a long back in India, there was a lack of gap or due to some other reason also. So government is trying to promote of that. So you have to think that your proposal describes your proposed plan of work. So this I have to decide, proposal will propose your plan of work. What you intended to study, okay? Means in which area you would like to study, scope and research question. So few question you have to say that, what is the key point, what is the difficulty, how it is unique from the others, okay, and why you need to study is that, what is the impact of the society or impact of the healthcare section or electronic section or mechanical section or any other social aspect. Those who are from the humanities, they will have some other aspect also is there, okay. So this key question have to set why you will study for, how you intend to study your topic, okay, what is the method also you have to decide. So there may be various method, various way, various approach also will be there to study the same things. But whenever some funding agency will be giving the funds, if you tell them the methodology in a very short way, but with less expenditure, that can be done, which is less cost or cost effective, or whatever the output will be coming, whether there will be any the IPR, intellectual property, from the IPR where your institute will able to earn some money or not out of the expenditure, or that also will be there. Then another things also will be there, whatever the methodology will be there. If somebody is doing in biotechnology materials, their materials toxicity or the easily available or cost effectiveness also will be there. That's also have to intend it. Okay. Then why this topic need to be studied? What is the significance? That also have to be very much have to be clear in your project. Details I will be coming further. What is the significance? Why you will be doing these things? When you will complete this work, there's a timeline also very important. Let's say in the COVID was there, okay, immediate medicine was required, immediate vaccine was required. So if a certain call is coming due to the need of the, let's say for healthcare section, within the speculated period, that project will be completed or not, because this will be the net, or this was the net of the society to control the pandemic. If we take the example of the COVID, occasionally there you will be conduct this work, and now you have to decide that there are a lot of calls will be coming. You can submit your proposal, let's say with your colleague in the same institute, or you can take a PI, another PI, co-PI, let's say from other institute. There will be a distance matter. You can take a co-PI from other country also, there will be a distance also will be matter. So whenever you will be proposing a proposal, or you will be writing a proposal, that time you have to see the feasibility of the place also. And these cases also, whenever the project will be approved, whether that money or cost of expenditure will be divided in different institute or not. So these things will be looking by the funding agency or those who will be the reviewer. So reviewer and funding agency always will be review the project proposal, how the things can be done easily and how the novelty of the project proposal is there. So more project proposals are there. Purpose of the study have to be defined very clearly, justify and plan or contract for a research project. So you have to justify. Whatever the, let's say, methodology will be giving, plan will be giving, hypothesis will be giving, significance will be giving. So justification. So you have to give the justification based on your hypothesis or the plan of work or objective. So these things have to be keep in mind. Show how your project contribute to the existing research. Okay, let's say in the same area some work has been done, okay, and you wanted to accelerate or you give some advancements of that, or some research has been done that is very costly, you are proposing you can make something with less cost. Okay, so that show how your project contributes to the existing research. Advancement, low cost, other everything will be there, easily available. Okay, production method is very easy. These things has to be considered. Demonstrate that you understand how to conduct the discipline specific research in an acceptable time frame. That also I have told that. Let's say funding agency want that to sort out the problem of the society, this project has to be finished within 6 months or 1 month. If you propose that, you will be finishing for 3 years. So there is a chances that there will not be any funding. Okay, so that short period of time you have to do this work. Now, proposal writing and anxiety. Let's come for that during the writing of the project proposal. What you have to keep in mind. So proposal writing, and during the writing there will be a lot of anxiety. How to do this, how to make it, how to gather the information. So let's say step by step. Proposal specific, some key points are there. Okay, so let's say understand that the proposal will be negotiated, be prepared to revise. So whenever make a draft first, let's say draft 3, 4, 5, 6 times you have to make the draft, and then you have to keep in mind, you have to discuss with your mind. Okay, you have to keep in mind, discuss with your friends. Okay, negotiate with the parameters. Okay, you have 2 parameters. How it can make a concrete one, that whatever the message you wanted to give, okay, to the reviewer, to the funding agency, that message has been passed properly. It maybe happen that you understand that this is a very important project, this will have a social impact. If we can solve this problem, a lot of things can be, a lot of challenge can be overcome. But it is there in my mind. But you have to write that thing in word. You have to choose a proper word so that those who will be reviewed as well as those who will be the funding agency, they will understand properly. The proper message will be there. Now, that message, to give that message, various steps will be there. Okay, let's say what is the step? Think to the proposal as an introduction to your project. So you have to write the introduction, background of the project, problem definition, that have to be implemented. Now I have to write. If required, you have to give the statistics of the current challenges. Let's say if you are writing a project proposal on the cancer, okay, then you have to tell that in which cancer you wanted to focus, why it is focused, what is the present existing therapeutics are available, what is the challenge behind of these, what is the mortality rate, okay, whether you wanted to give long life, how much long life you can give. Let's say if you are using a dose, then how much doses, how wanted to reduce the doses, or how you will eliminate the side effects. So these things also will be there, keep in mind. So I have to give a proper picture, what is the drawback, background and significance of project proposal. Now remember that the proposal is not a compulsory contrast. Okay, remember that the proposal is not a compulsory. This is little bit, let's say, you can ignore it now, but for funding requirement, we have to see that something is there. They have to do it without doing this project, or with doing this project, we can sort out so many problems. If it is healthcare, then healthcare improvement will be there. Okay, it will ease the treatment procedure. Any other thing, if it is electronics, then how signal processing and other things will be there. Remember that your proposal is not intended to limit idea, but to help the thing practically. So what it will be telling is that, let's say whatever the idea is you will be giving, that is feasibility will be there. Okay, the feasibility means that your idea have a true sense. It is not like imaginary thing. If you are giving something which cannot be possible to implement, something other things is there. Okay, so many complications is there. So you have to give in such a way that you will be able to remove the complication. You will be overcome the complete complicacy of carry out this project. So that things will be there. Talk to your, if a PhD supervisor, a PhD students or the postdoc are writing, they should discuss with the mentor. If PI is there, if taking the co-PI, we will be discussing with the co-PI. Have to take a proper time. You have to start writing the project proposal in advance. It is not like that. The project has to submit in 10 days. You have to write in 10 days. No, you have to take a preparation from long time, long discussion. If required, co-PI, PI, supervisor do have to. Okay, so after the discussion, then problem has to be decided. Now think this part. What part will be there for these things? Part of a project proposal. Let's say there will be a title. Title will be concrete. Okay, title will not be flashy. Title will not be the flying title. This is scientific meaning will be there. This will be carrying the message. Okay, whatever will be there in throughout the project proposal. Then usually 25 words or like this. It should not be more than 2 lines. Okay, 1.5 lines is better. It should not be so many things should not be mentioned. It should be very much focused. Then abstract, usually depending on the funding agency, I will be telling again, funding agency, they will ask you to write abstract. So my suggestion will be there, after completing the writing of the project proposal, abstract should be written at the end, keeping in mind what is the important point. So abstract should be there around 250 words or 500 words, and sometimes you write it in 1 page abstract, mentioning the background 2 lines, problem statement 2 lines, okay, aim, objective 2 lines, okay, then how the methodology will be there, significance, outcome, deliverable, all other things will be there. So introduction and background will be there. Usually introduction and background will be there within 500 words with the proper references, okay, with citation, recent citation. You have to mention the recent work also. Problem statement and justification, you have to define the problem. Okay, what problem you will be addressing, that also in 5-6 lines, okay, or in 200 words, you have a problem have to be defined. In the problem definition also, you can give some hypothesis, you can give the novelty, what is the novelty of the work, and you can give this. If you can elaborate the problem, then you can give the justification of your hypothesis. Then whenever you will be giving the hypothesis, then you have to tell that why you are telling or why you are representing that your hypothesis will be successful. Okay, that have to give some reasonable justification against the hypothesis and problem destination. So then purpose, aim, rational, research, question have to be there. You can mention that what is the main points you would like to address. Let's say how to do this work, how to solve this problem, how to overcome the challenge, how to treat it, how to decide the doses. Whenever we do the drug delivery, we tell that how to target specific, okay, what need to do. That's so many things will be actually improve the quality of the project. Then will be the review of the literature. You have to have a proper review with recent citations. It is not means that whenever you will be giving a review of the literature, you have to tell about all the references, whatever reported. You have to key few references, have to mention, let's say 10, 15, okay, key 20, and show that basic things and basic problem or basic few things in your area of research has been done, and from there you will be defining your problem and whatever you wanted to do this. And here you have to mention also the what is the drawback, okay, and what drawback you would like to address. That one paragraph you can mention. So review of the literature, then will be coming a methodology. Let's say you will be doing, whenever you will be doing some project, what method, step-by-step methods based on the objectives will be there. Let's say objective will be there. If it is a 2 years project, let's say 3 objective. If it is a 3 years project, then maximum 4 objective will be there. And methodology based on the objective. So when a methodology will be there, you can mention methodology against the objective 1 to solve the objective 1 step by step, what the method will be done to do this. Similarly, let's say for objective 2 will be coming. So you wanted to solve the objective 2 under this problem, okay, and what the step by steps will be done. So that maximum, sometime funding agency they ask the elaborated, sometime funding agency they ask that you have to give a short methodology, and rest of the things you can put it in the supplementary form. Okay, that will be there. Significance, implementation, significance I have told. Overview, let's say chapter, whenever something others will be there. Plan of the work. So plan of the work, timeline will be there. You can give the bar diagram. In this period of time I would like to do. So that mainly there will be mentioned the milestone. So let's say within 3 months milestone will be very good. Okay, let's say first 3 months I will be experimental setup, then purchasing all the chemicals, equipment of the manpower, everything will be there. So plan of work, and simultaneously you have to mention with the plan of work what is the achievement will be there with every plan, every successful completion of the plan, what is the milestone will be achievable, deliverable will be there. So that will be very good if we mention each and every time. Bibliography will be there, whatever the reference will be there, that will be mentioned. Now see that creating a working title, novel proposal of the title. Orient your readers to your research topic. Who will be the readers here? Your readers here will be the reviewer. So that should be there. Whatever I have told, the title, novel proposal of the title, how the novelty will be there, that should be reflected. Indicate the type of study you will be conducting in the title will be there. Okay. So maximum message will be delivered through the title. Next, abstract I have told. Provide a brief 100 to 150 words overview of the proposal. Summarize important element, introduction, statement of the problem, background of the study, research question, and the method of the. So that will be there in abstract. So abstract will be there from the 100 words to 1000 words. And here I forgot to mention one thing. Must deliverable of the products if it is product based. If let's say psychology based, whatever the advantage will be getting through this study, okay, some things others will be there. Okay, so few things in introduction and background you have to keep in mind. Okay, let's see what is. Okay, so introduction about establish the general subject area through the introduction, describe the broad foundation of your study, provide adequate background for the readers, here will be the reviewer. Okay, and indicate the general scope of your project. Scope, what is the scope will be there. Provide an overview of the section that all appears in your proposal, that can be there. Okay, optional, or you can make it mark. Engage the readers. So there will be a connection between each and every line. Okay, there will be a continuity. It should not be a point wise like the brief 1-2 point. No, it should be continuous. Things will be there so that there will be fluency will be there, and by the 100 words or 150 words or 200 words. Okay, that reviewer will understand the importance of what the proposal you are submitting there. Okay, now the answer this question, statement of the purpose. Let's say answer this question, what is the gap, research gap, whatever I was telling in the literature review. When you are choosing the references, whatever you will be mentioning in the literature review, you take the few literature, important literature, very good having good citation or have social impact, there you mention that whatever the research question will be generated from there, what they are not able to solve and whatever you are going to solve. What is the gap? So means that what is the gap of existing research or existing publication or existing discovery? What is the problem that needs to be solved? That will be there. State the problem clearly early in a paragraph. Okay, in paragraph. Limit the variables you address in starting your problem. Okay, so many variables will not be there. So limit will be there, which will be feasible to complete in the 3 years if it is a 3 years project. Okay. Now, why it is not coming? Okay, then purpose of the study, explain the goals. Okay, purpose, aim, rationales, research question, explain the goals and objective of the study. Show the original contribution of your study. Okay, that also you can mention. Provide a more detailed account of the points summarized in the introduction. Okay, so how to do, indicate a justification, whatever I was telling, you have to give a proper justification if it is there. So whenever you are telling that you will be solving the problems by the what, so justification you have to give properly. Be clear about your study will not, okay, address. You have to mention clearly what you wanted to go to study, what you don't wanted to study. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? Reviewer can write this objection or question that this also can be done. Why you are not addressing? If some shortage of something is there, or if it will be longer study, then you can mention with the time frame period, I can understand, I will be able to solve this problem. So that should be reasonable. This should not be excessive. Purpose, aim, or you see that in addition, this section may be describe the research question on the of the study, include a subsection defining important terms. Okay, important terms have to be mentioned, and state limitation of the research. Okay, so limitation has to be very clearly you have to mention. Provide a justification for the particular subject of the study. Okay, so that's the key point. In addition, this section may describe the research, include the, this has been repeated. Okay, now review of the literature. How you will be reviewing the literature whenever you have to mention, there will be review of literature will be there in the term that existing work done in national and international, in terms of that will be there. Existing research has been done in the national and international. So you have to discuss national wise, if some scientist or some research group or some institute, let's say India, are doing the research, you have to cite their recent publication. Okay, what at least from the abstract you have to write against every paper 3 important points like that. Okay, these research groups have done this group, they have used these materials for these purposes, but it has been found that this will be having the limited successful rate. This another research group you can mention, the another research group, let's say from X institute have been done this research work, but after reading of this work has found that the limitation of this work is this, and these are the drawbacks of this work. So each and every citation of the literature, you can mention the drawbacks of this work. Okay, so these things will be there. How other have written about your topic. Okay, if you have someone, okay, if you get some references, let's say PhD thesis, research paper, that also you can mention. The range of the theory used in analysis materials, also data. If it is the theory based, what theory they have used, whether you will be, if you theory based or within your work, experimental work, if you would like to do some theory work, that also you can mention. Okay, so it is in the literature you can mention. How other scholar, researcher, their specific research topic to large issue, question, or practice within the fields. So that whatever I told, the best methodology and research techniques for your particular topic will be there at the end. So whenever, let's say you have cited the 10 literature, okay, 10 paper published. At the end, what will be that? Each and every point you mentioning the drawback. Now you are coming, you can write that to address or to overcome the discussed limitation of the above cited work, we propose here these techniques or this research proposal based keeping in mind to address this point to overcome this, which has been discussed in methodology or which will be discussed in methodology and or hypothesis and novelty of the. So then it will be very clear. Review of the literature symbolic function situates the current study within a wider disciplinary conversation that will be there, illustrate the uniqueness, importance and need of your particular project. So based on the literature you have to draw, okay, how best you are proposing. If it is time being, let's say earlier medicine take to cure 15 days. If it is an infectious disease, it took 15 days. You can mention that, no, my medicine will be working with the 10 days. We wanted to reduce the time. If somebody use some medicine, let's say dose has been used 100 mg, your proposal will be there mentioning, no, we will be using 10 mg per dosage. Let's say somebody earlier told that they have to take the medicine within 24 hours. You can mention that, you know, our medicine will be in such a way that you have to take the doses in every week, or every week means once in a week. So that also you can mention, okay? And justify methodological choice. So in the literature review, in the broad way also, you can mention the methodology, what they have used. And if you mention that, then your proposal will be methodology based. You are giving a better solution, better methodology, okay, to solve this problem, okay. So challenge overcome. Demonstrate familiarity with the topic and appropriate approaches to studying it. It means that there will be so many approaches. Approach 1, approach 2, approach 3. In the literature, already you have mentioned how the earlier researcher, they have used different approach, and based on the approach, they solve the problem within the period, or what about the results they have got, what is the parameter. Let's say in the scale of 100, they are achieved the efficiency of 50%. Now you are proposing a methodology, appropriate approach, so that you wanted to get the efficiency, let's say 75%. Let's say nowadays, let's say if it is a solar cell, okay, there will be an efficiency. Some cases it has been found that efficiency of solar cell is 15%. Now you proposing that, no, I would like to achieve the efficiency 25% by this method. Then whenever you will be telling your efficiency will be 25%, then you have to give the justification. Based on this approach, based on the method, based on the materials, we assume that we will be achieving the successful rate or the efficiency up to 25% to 30%. It will be not like imaginary. You have to give the justification for the effective literature should contain flesh out the background of your study, critically assess important research trends or area of interest, identify potential gap in the knowledge, establish a need for current or future research topic. This also will be very much clearly will be there in the topic. Tips on drafting a literature review. Okay, let's say categorize the literature into, okay, categorize, screen pointer will be there, help. Okay, pointer is not there. And let's say pointer if it is there, show preview screen pointer option. Okay, laser pointer. You see that? So tips on drafting a literature review. Okay, categorize the literature into recognized topic cluster. Stake out the various positions that are relevant to your project. Okay, in short point, before writing the literature review, you have to have in mind that what is your objective. Based on the objective, you can note down that, okay, this is my objective. I will be taking the literature on this area only. So otherwise, what will happen? Let's say somebody is working on drug delivery. There will be a 1 lakhs paper. You cannot cite 1 lakh paper. You have to fix the keywords, and based on the keywords, in this keyword based literature, I will be discussing here, okay, in short, so that your objective will be focused. It will be related to the background and significance. Okay. Beyond conclusion that leads to your project in very much bright way or representative way. Okay. Demonstrate the places where the literature is lacking. Okay. Means whatever I am discussing, the lacking, drawbacks, limitation, okay, advantage, disadvantage, all these things will be there. So that first you note down, then it will be, you can write a literature. Otherwise, what will happen? It will be like a review paper. Okay, literature should be limited within, let's say, if it is a national, there A will be mentioned there within thousands word you mention, or within 1,000 word you have to both mention, discuss the literature of the national status and international status. If you have not decided the key points first, then you will see that literature is coming. Literature review is coming 10 pages. Your limitation will be there. Most of the cases 5 to 6 pages. Proposal will be there throughout all this. Okay, maximum 10 pages. Avoid Smith says X things, John says X things. No literature will be like that. Okay, in very short, in concrete way, you have to mention. Avoid including all the study on the subject, whatever I have told. Avoid including all the study on the subject you are going to. Avoid poems, all other things, blames. You don't blame anyone. So he has not done this thing here. You only will draw drawbacks of this. What have not, don't blame anything. So that should not be that blaming, because every scientist have different area of research. Their focus is there. So many things can be done, but everybody will have limitation. Small things solving also, that also a research. So blaming things should be avoided properly. Writing literature review, key points are that. So you are entering a scholarly conversation already in progress. In literature review will be there. The literature review show that you have been listening and that you have something valuable to say. So it should be in such a concrete way that at the end of the literature review, you have to draw a conclusion. So that should be reflect on the literature review. After discussing this, you will be drawing in conclusion. I am going to do these things. We will be approaching do these things to the best of our knowledge. No one has been studied. Okay. Whenever you will be mentioning no one will be studied, no one have studied, it is not blaming. Is there not? So many things are there studied. Nobody has studied these things. So that it is not blame. After exercise in the literature in your field, accessing literature in the field, you should be able to answer the following question. Why should we study this research topic? What is the problem? Okay, there also has to be problem, has to be mentioned. What contribution will my study make to the existing literature? So what is you are additionally contributing, whether it is a scientifically improvement of the study or it is the technological improvement, that should be there, that should be reflected. Okay, now come to the literature methodology. Introduce the overall methodological approach, whatever I have told. Decide the objectives 4 based on the objective 1, 2, 3, 4. Methodology has to be indicated. Indicate how the approach fits the overall research design. Whatever you are proposing in objective and whatever the method you are representing there, you have to have a proper link. Reviewer will read also. You have told objective 1, I wanted to synthesize the nanoparticles. So the way you will be synthesize the particles, whenever you will be mentioning in the literature, okay, there will be some proper connection. Okay, so it should be there. You have to keep in mind. Indicate how the approach fits the overall research design. Describe the specific method of data collection. If it is data collection, how to take after doing experiment, whatever the data will be there, how you will be analyzed. Okay, that with statistical error. Okay, how much error it be there. Let's say you have a something to measure. You measure 3 times. Error is, let's say, 0.01%. That also will be there. Explain how you intend to analyze the interpret your results. That's I have told. If necessary, provide background or justification of your unfamiliar methodology also. Let's say you wanted to do some new methodology. Okay, you don't have experience, but somebody has done that methodology work, so you can follow them. So there you can give citation also. With this research group have done methodology, I will follow. Or if you have done similar type of methodology you have implemented in your lab or research group, then you can mention similar type of work experiment we have done that has been reported by our group by us by the PI's group. It is better to use passive voice in this paper which has been published in this. You can give the necessary citation. Address possible limitation. Okay, limitations has to be addressed. Okay, tips on drafting methodology. Okay, break down your methodology in the subsection. Like say, based on the objective 1, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Like this will be the. If it is design based or something, then in the engineering may include subject, design, apparatus, instrument, process, analysis. Let's say somebody is preparing nanoparticles, they have to characterize. Then step 1, what you will characterize. Step 2, what you characterize. That's also will be there. So step maximum things would be elaborated. Okay, message will be there. Not so much need to write. You can mention by this way. Let's say you will be using, let's say, cell structure. You can mention, okay, cryo-TEM will be doing, ACM will be doing. Okay, or you wanted to do microscope, you can tell microscopy method will be used, or confocal microscopy will be used to check the target cell structure morphology like this. Remember that your method section may also require supporting literature. Okay, whatever I was telling, they give citation, published paper citation. Okay, that should be there. Anticipate and prevent the audience methodological concern, acknowledge major problems, justify your approach by showing how benefit balance potential problem will be there. If you say that, if you would like to complete your first objective within 6 months, and whatever the proposed methodology will be representing in the research proposal, that should not be so lengthy. Okay, or the methodology will not be there in such a way that this experiment, to complete the experiment, it will take 1 year. No, reviewer know also. Those who are reviewer, they are expert. They can justify. So you have to give the proper significance, implication. See these things. Discuss the methodological substrate and or theoretical contribution there. State the practical and or theoretical importance of the problem and or objective of your study. Okay. So significance clearly mentioned. Explain the usefulness or benefit of the study of both the outside world and the research community, whatever have been mentioned. Overview, let's keep a timeline plan of this work. If you mention something, keep in mind that consult, if it is, let's say, postdoc fellow or PhD students or something is there, consult with your supervisor or co-PI, or if you have a PI. Let's say if your lab is not completely established or under the establishment, some instruments are there with you, some are there with your co-PI or other communities of the researcher in your institute or somewhere else. So before that, time by fixing the time and other things. You have to discuss with the collaborators and others, PI, co-PI, okay, whether they will be able to give you or not. Okay, then I will be telling you to access with you. If they are not able to give you access, or if you think that it is very difficult to get this access, instrument are there in your institute or not there in institute, then you have to take the access of some other institute, how much time it will be kept. So consult all these things whether you can. What is the charge also will be there, that also will be coming. Be aware of important dates for submitting. Okay, that is very important. So you have to, time frame also will be there. Do not be overly ambitious. Okay, so okay, if you are satisfied for the proposal, okay, something, okay, you are satisfied after writing the proposal. So for that, repeatedly read it. It is latest. Whenever somebody want to submit some proposal, obviously they will be ambitious. Yeah, okay, I'm writing the proposal, I will be getting. Okay, so little hope should be there, but not over ambitious. Okay, because let's say for a call, thousands number five in India, usually 500 for a call. Against a call, 500 project proposal will be submitted, or let's say 100 will be funded. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that project should be good. Okay, then you can. Okay, or okay, you write 10 project proposal, you will get something. Okay, little ambition will be there. Not it's that later you will be frustrated. Remember that your proposed timeline demonstrate your awareness of the various elements of the study, approval, design, testing, and length of the experiment, purchase of necessary materials, drafting. So everything will be there under the timeline. Okay, that maybe again I have mentioned there. Okay, bibliography appendix include a working bibliography of key texts that inform your study and methodology. So bibliography, in the bibliography, as you are mentioning the other work, simultaneously you can add some references for your work, and you can show that you have certain background of doing research in the fields, and you have already have the expertise doing or doing the research in this field. Now you are taking expertise of co-PI or other researcher, and then that site and include the references in the bibliography, or you can give some appendix also. Again, I will be telling in the how you can mention. Your appendix may include experiments, diagram, table, computer programming. So you can show that. Okay, so bibliography is there, appendix what you will be. So all figures you can make in the appendix also, or whatever the requirement of the funding agency will be there, right? Or whatever they will be telling you to submit. So let's say you are proposing the project proposal. There will be three objectives. By the diagram, you can stepwise, by the arrow, you can take the help of some designing tools to design, and then you can mention that first step this, second step. So schematical representation always should be there. It will be giving better impression to the reviewer about your plan of work. Let's say experiment design, other things, step involved, outcome, what will be there. So that will be there. Table, computer program, that will be there. So both the bibliography and require appendix tends to be discipline specific. Know that the requirements are different for the different discipline. Let's say those who are doing theoretical, their bibliography, their appendix, their drawing will be different. Those who are experimentalists, there will be different. Those who are, let's say, artificial intelligence or something, how they would like to collect the data, how they will be data will be analysis. That should be different. Okay, so how it will be there, you have to take the help of the literature. How it is like a table of content, it will like a graphical abstract. Okay, that should be there. Now more proposal nuts and bolts, okay, things will be there. What is there? Length. Okay, length. Most of the cases, proposal will be of 5 to 6 pages. Limitation will be there. Or let's say 5 to 6 pages means let's say 3000 to 4000 words without spacing, but they can be much longer depending on the requirements. If your proposal things is coming longer, okay, then you can put it in the appendix or supporting documents, or other, you can mention there other supporting documents provided, like this way. Style consideration, tone, coherence, that also should be there, okay, and properly. And some voice, in which voice, active voice or passive voice, that also will be there. Okay, let's say move from old information to new information. So you have to give new information. Your things will not be like that. Okay, whatever people has done, let's say 50 years before, and there is no continuation of your representation of the literature review. So you have to confine literature review in such a way that newer things you are representing, not older things. You are not proposing something, already some work has been done. Okay, so then novelty will not be there. So that will be there. Put the most important information at the end of the sentences. So every paragraph will have some conclusion. Okay, you will be drawing with the most, conclusion has to draw with the most important information. Keep the subject and verb together. These are there few things. Okay, the different person write the different way. Start sentences with short, easy, understandable phrase. Short sentences will be there. It should not be one sentence is one paragraph, 5 lines, equivalent to 5 lines. No, like that. Short will be there. When sentence will be very long, it will be change this meaning, and it will create different meaning also, message. Use stock translational phrases. Okay, this is there. Use pronouns and or recycling. These are the some term has been followed. Voice. Now see the active. If I will conduct the bulk of the research during the 6 months field work period. One example, I will conduct the bulk of the research during the 6 months field work period. Now, if you write in passive, the bulk of the research will be conducted during the field work. So always writing, I prefer always writing in the passive voice. The work has been done, okay, or work will be conducted during this period of time. It's sometimes it is good. Reason to use passive voice is that your field may prefer its use, especially in describing research design and experimental activities. Okay. Most of the cases, there will be the guidelines for the submission of the project proposal, formatting the project proposals. Okay, you can read, and according to that, you can mention. You need to define consistently from sentence to sentence. Okay, you need to define consistently from sentence to sentence. Okay, so that there will be a connection. Okay, will be there. Visual aids, incorporate charts, graphs, diagrams, illustrate, etc. wherever possible, permissible, or that thing, whatever I have told. Now come to that. Whenever everything is finished, okay, then you have to look after that in the instruction. If let's say funding agency told that there will be limitation of the funds per project, maximum can be given 1 crore. Okay, you can mention then what is the requirement will be there. Let's say if it is a scientific experimental project, then what will happen? Okay, if it is not experimental project, if it is a survey based project, you need a manpower. Okay, PI never go to the field to collect the data, need a manpower. So you have to have a manpower under the recurring will be there, manpower will be there. Let's say if consumable, some you need to purchase some chemicals, other thing, consumable will be there. If field base is there, travel will be there. Okay, travel heads will be there. And contingency, you can incorporate, let's say computer, printer, pages, okay, you can mention there. Then if somebody will be doing the experimental project, let's say few instruments will be there in your lab, with your co-PH lab, or in the department, or other help will be there. Let's say you need equipment. Usually what happens, budget for the instrument should not be more than 30%. If your project is 1 crore, okay, it should not be 30%, or like this. Let's say here 85 lakhs project is giving 30% is coming almost 25. Let's say like that, okay. Like this is coming, or little more or less can be there. So this will be there, there will be recurring will be there, there will be non-recurring will be there, okay. And always there will be some instrumental overhead charges. These overhead charges are there, okay, for let's say electric bill, manpower processing for the instrument side, those will be handling the official work, that will be there. So you have to give the proper heads properly. The first year what you wanted to use, how much, second year how much you wanted to use, third year how much you wanted to use, some calculation will be there, and total will be there. So let's say you have a co-PI who is from the other institute. Some you have to give some money to the other institute also. Then you can mention that okay, these funds will be utilized by a PI who is from Amita University, and second, let's say, will be done, let's say, from BIT Misra, okay, and the two are there, so money should be divided. So then you have to give two tables, how much amount of money has to send which year to which places, okay. If there is no limitation from the funding agency, they will send this money year-wise to the institute also. That will be there. You have to keep in mind. Few things has to be keep in mind, that is the rule of the funding agency. And sometimes what happened that they only mention the now, oh, okay, only PI will be the main person to handle the project. Money can be given to the PI. If you need not have to divide the money, or if there is more official complexity is there to give the money to the institute, it is better to handle the financial matters from a single institute, because every year you have to send the utilization certificate, and at the end of the project you have to submit the project completion, okay, certificate in terms of the, let's say, funds utilization, since we are discussing about this fund. So to avoid that, okay, it is better to keep it single institute or multiple institute. So if multiple institute allowed by the funding agency, you can go for the multiple institute. Now the things. Now choosing the collaborators and co-PI, decide, let's say it is an interdisciplinary project, okay, it is an interdisciplinary project, you need a co-PI. Let's say you are working in biotechnology, okay, you need to have prepare a protein materials. Let's say if you are not expertise in preparing the protein or peptide, you can take the help from the chemistry or those who are biochemistry, okay. Based on that, based on your requirement of the project, you have to decide if you take a co-PI for the project, whether it will be helpful for you or not. But the time are changing, funding agency are expecting the more persons should be involved, okay, more collaborators should be there, it should be interdisciplinary. Because sometimes what happens that one person cannot be expertise in all the fields. If collaborator are there, co-PI are there, then whenever they will be doing the work jointly, in time project will be finished and the deliverable product will be in the better quality. Let's say you are biologist, okay, you will be much more comfortable with the, let's say, biological assay. Now you have to do it characterization, let's say solid state characterization of protein. Then you have to take, if you choose someone chemistry, materials, physics, that will be help you. It is not means that if you write a project proposal on, let's say, biotechnology fields, all the PI will be from the biotechnology. You can take from others, chemistry, physics, This is interdisciplinary will be there. Okay. Write project proposal consulting with the collaborators from the beginning so that the more focus, more things, more element, more idea will be coming, and show the project proposal to your collaborators, okay, or co-PI with whom you are submitting, so that there should not be mistakes and there should be a proper things will be represented. Check their background suitable to implement your project proposal, whatever I have told. Take the help for their instrumental facility. Sometimes we need to take the collaborator based on their expertise, okay, instrumental expertise, data analysis, all other things. So take that, include their earlier works and preliminary work also. Always try to draw in such a way that your co-PI's expertise also important in the project proposal, and you can mention that my co-PI is also have the expertise in this field, show why he is important here. Okay, that is there. So that will be there. Now, sometimes what happened, funding agency want that whether you have some expertise of doing work earlier or not that. Let's say some postdoc students are submitting a project proposal for postdoc fellowship. Then he or she can draw the attention of the reviewer that in the PhD work he has done some work. Now based on the PhD work, he is writing this project proposal. So there is a connection between the PhD work or postdoc work. So why? It's a new proposal. What about the problem he could not or she could not solve? Okay, they can wanted to solve in postdoc. Let's say PI, some assistant professor. He has done some work in PhD, some work in postdoc. He has already solved some problem, experience. Then next step will be there writing project proposal for starter lab. Similarly, for everyone will be there, okay? So that can be put as the preliminary work has been done. That data also you can represent. PI are appended below as supporting results for the proposal, which are important for this proposal. PI's publication and expertise should be mentioned. So expertise of the PI has to be mentioned like 4 or 5 lines, the expertise of the PI relevant to the project proposal. Expertise of the co-PIs relevant for the, that should be very much clear. Co-PI, PI publication, you can cite it in the bibliography. Now, there will be one requirement for the funding agency, list of the facilities being extended by the parents institute for the project implementation. So what is the instruments are there? How, if let's say you are proposing something, you need 10 instruments, funding agency will not give you 10 instruments. At least you have to show that some existing facility is there, either in your lab or in the department or in the institute or in the central facility, or something has been there, some center is there, those who allow you to use, okay, both from the PI and co-PIs. Now, essential documents you require, okay, what is that? You have to, first you have to see from the beginning of writing of the proposal, what essential documents you require to submit during the submission of the project proposal. Let's say, they will ask on endorsement letters or clearance or no objection, okay, from the head of the institute in favor of PI or co-PI. So to give, they have, the letter will be like that, the Mr. or Dr. this is a permanent employee, his retirement date will this, he is going to submit a project proposal to the funding agency, let's say DST. Institute do not have any objection to submit the project proposal. Institute will be extending sufficient facilities, let's say in terms of the space, existing facility, whatever there, it may be happen that based on the charge. Everywhere institute take the charge nowadays, and institute has no objection. Institute will be taking care of the processing of the documents, either in the payment basis or something will be there, and helping to the PI. So institute should agree for that. If it is a multi-institute project, then PI, this type of letter have to take from the PI institute, and this type of letter has to take from the co-PI institute also. Okay. So author declaration will be there. authors should be declared, both the authors or the PIs. Yes, this is a new proposal. This has not been copied from somewhere. This is the novel written by the PIs. Okay, there is no conflict of interest, and this is the author's proposal. It has not been copied, okay, from somewhere, and have to declare that this proposal has not been simultaneously submitted, okay, to other funding agency. Same proposal you cannot submit in the same funding agency. If, let's say, you have submitted a project proposal, some funding agency, if that is rejected, you can modify and to submit to the other funding agency. That is allowed. But same proposal, same concept, exactly same things, we cannot submit in the multiple funding agency. Now, usually nowadays they are asking a plagiarism report. You have to do a plagiarism report. Okay, it has not been copied. 10% plagiarism is okay, not more than 2 sentences together. But if you are taking a sentence from somewhere, you have to cite it. But idea should be novel. Idea should not be copied. Okay. Let's say somebody is doing some animal work, biotechnology work, where the animal will be involved. Animal ethical approval clause will be there. You have to mention, okay, this type of animal ethical approval given by our institute. Once the project will be approved, this there. For our cases, institute have to submit a preliminary, let's say, the ethical approval. Institute give the significance, authentication. Okay, if this proposal approved, then institute will give the ethical application. Safety approval, some cases where the chemicals and other things involved, that also will be there. And usually 1-2 pages CV asked by the funding agency have to upload it, okay, along with the proposal that have to give in. Okay. Now, most important, you should format the proposal according to the funding agency's guideline. Okay, I have told so many points, but you have to arrange, you have to put these sections according to the requirement of the funding agency. In which way, in the which sequence they want, that you have to keep in mind. It should not be haphazard. So usually funding agency ask the sequence where this sequential connection will be there from one section to another section. So that should not miss. Take all the letters in advance. It is very important. Okay, you have to take proper preparation before the last date of submission of proposal. You take at least 1 week so that your everything has been submitted. Sometime what happen if a call is there, so many PIs are submitting project proposal. At the end, it's become very difficult for the internets and other things to submit project proposal. It's happened so many times with me whenever I was submitting the project proposal. And sometimes what happened that I could not submit the project proposal. I had to wait for the another year also. So that should be avoided. Start submitting proposal before the deadline, at least 3-4 days before you submit. This is most important. Okay. So this I think that in 1 hour I have tried to tell something about how to write the project proposal. If you have any further question, I suppose, okay, if you have, why it has not coming essential requirement, okay, then most important. Okay, if you have any question, then I'll be happy to address. Thanking you very much. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for the enriching session, sir. And now I request our participant that if they have any question, please share your question in the chat box.
Nimi ma'am, if you
Yes,
permit,
sir.
can I ask one question?
Yes, sir, sure.
Pradeep sir, a
Yes,
very
sir.
good afternoon and nice to heard your presentation. I have one question, sir. Sir, we are having ethical committee in our institute, okay? But not having animal house, well-established animal house. So
Okay.
if we can start some animal or either human related research work, or we can, if we can submit some project,
Mhm.
is there will be any issue for that, or we can associate it from other any institute so that we can collaborate from there?
Okay. So whenever it is in terms in the up to the animal, let's say rat model. Okay. Usually it is easy up to the rat model. Even if you do not have the animal house, you can take the help from the your collaborator institute or somewhere. Those who usually some places are there on the payment basis, they do the animal work. Okay, so that I can do, but the difficulty come whenever you will be doing work on the human. Okay, so that cases it is better to associate a doctor. Okay, who at least little bit interested and who will be helping you to take the samples from the patient, but he or she has to take the ethical approval from their institute also. They will have also one ethical committee. Those who will be prior permission will be giving, or during the submission of the project proposal, whatever the endorsement letters will be there, they will mention that if required to take some animal a human sample, then with the consent of the patient, okay, there is a proper format are there, they will be collecting the sample. Let's say most of the, we also do that, we take the cancer tumor samples, but doctors are there, those who take the ethical permission to collect that. Even sometimes what happen, there is a form will be there, the patient itself will be signing that he has no objection, or their family members will be signing there. There is no objection for them if we take the samples. Okay, let's say some surgery is going on for the cancer. Okay, the tumor will be coming up. There will not be any objection. But for that cases, it is better to keep a doctor should be associated with the project proposal. That will be there. Yeah. Also, I am clear. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, so many questions are there. I'm thinking
Yeah,
I will
ma'am.
be reading.
Yes, the first question by one of our participants is that what are the sources where we will get the information about research project?
A little bit, I'm not clear about this question. Source means funding agency. Funding agency. If it is funding agency, you have to continuously, you have to search that how when the calls are coming. Sometimes what happens, the calls come in the newspaper website, they send to the all institute. Okay, or you have to keep in mind about the opening of the calls. Okay, that will be there. Get the information about research project. Information of research project means only the call will be there. Okay, project has to be designed yourself. Okay, usually most of the cases 1 month duration will be there, or you have a time that okay, there usually a call come on December, you can take preparation from, let's say, another 2 months before. So what are the requirement for the research ethical committee? Usually the institute R&D team will be there, expert will be there, some ethical lawyer probably are there, some doctors will be there. So 4 or 5 members will be there who will be the member of the ethical committee if it is the animal based, or for the human based, then institute higher authority supposed to be a member, and one external expert also will be there. Ethical human rights, someone will be there. Have to check that, exactly forgot, but it is a standard protocol are there. Okay. How many institute? Okay, next question is there. I'm just reading the question. How many institute one can propose to buy under the project? How many
Instruments.
Instrument. So it is not like that there is a limit. Whatever I told, that maximum 30% of the total budget of your project you can purchase the instrument. Small instrument to big instrument with the 30%. Let's say 1 crore project, 30 lakhs budget for your instrument. You can buy one instrument with 30 lakhs, or you can purchase 4 or 5 instruments within the cap of the 30 lakhs. So there will not be any limit. Okay. That committee register is essential. Committee Committee register not essential. Okay. Some cases they can ask that who can be the reviewer of the project. They can be asked, but not always, because nowadays they send blindly to the expert. They search the committee members who could be the reviewer. But if you ask me that PI or co-PI registration is required or not during the submission of project proposal, it is advisable that PI and co-PI both should register. Usually it is the procedure, you have to register in the portal with the different, you have to put the CV and all the details, including nowadays Aadhaar card, PAN card also you have to include it. Including the, I forgot to mention, bank account details also of your institute has to be submitted. Bank account cannot be the personal bank account because money never come to, there will be a lot of nowadays it is other things is there. So personal account should not be there. Okay. Next question. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Can we get today's PPT on your? We can give it, no problem. This is a common one. I can give the PPT. I can share the PPT, no problem. It's a very basic there. I have collected the materials from various places. Anyway, I can give. Any more question?
Sir, one thing. Sir, as Dr. Ajay Malka sir asked that committee registration is essential, but sir, I think committee approval should require from the particular institute, whether it is university or whether it is any research institute. I think approval is required from the higher management or any other thing.
That is the endorsement letter, whatever you are giving during the submission of the project.
If you allow me, I would like to ask one question. I think the Human Research Ethical Committee, does it require to register it to DHR or not?
If based, yeah, there will be for the committee, they will have registration number.
Okay. Without registration, we can't.
Number. Yeah, let's say if something is open is there with me, how the registration number is there. Let's say I'm writing something, paper writing. There will be registration number will be there. Without the registration number cannot be there.
Okay, thank you.
Ethical committee,
Sir, once we will go through registration number, I think we should mention that approval from the CPC ACA guidelines.
So initially that also be there. Let's say you are working on genetic materials. Okay.
Yes.
So that each and every step there will be ethical committee. Let's say you are working on DNA recombinations. Okay. There the ethical committee will be there. Let's say you are working with CRISPR Cas. That is ethical committee will be there. So every case you have to check that which type of ethical committee approval required and in which step. Okay. You have to have proper idea that let's say your project approved. Okay. You may not get the ethical approval, but your project will be approved when the screening committee will be checking that he can get the ethical approval in this field. That is there. Okay. So it is, if the ethical committee is not there in your institute, your collaborator, if the collaborator institute ethical committee are there, you can take there. Sometimes what happened that I have done whenever I newly joined in IIT BHU, and my affiliation was there also in Central University Hyderabad. I had a collaboration. He has taken the ethical approval for the project. Okay. And jointly we have done. Even your student also can, those who will be working, he or she can also take. So any of the member of the group can take the ethical committee. Okay. And that has to, ethical, in the approval will be there. Usually PI or PhD students, PI, co-PI, anyone can be there. To whom it will be giving the approval. So there will be a certain format also where details about the animal age, weight, which group, which type, how you will be taking, from where you will be taking, who will be supplying to us, everything will be there. Okay. Let's see if I have something, I will show that animal ethical. I'll be sharing. Let's say animal ethical. ethical committee, animal ethical permission. It will be approval copy. I can show you one. Okay. Still it is sharing slides, or it is coming, something coming?
No, sir, your screen is not in share mode.
Share screen, I will be sharing screen. Share. Go there.
Yes, sir, now
Now
it
it is
is.
coming, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you get this type of ethical approval usually come, where it means ethical institute animal ethical approval reference number, date of committee meeting, project code, because it's against the submission of the project, funding source, everything will be there, title of the project, you have there, name and registration number, everything will be there. Okay, ethical committee registration number has to, registration number, you see that it mentioned there. So without the registration, register committee, you have to take the proper approval, okay, for Government of India or DBT somebody will be giving, okay. So this is there, chairperson will be there, so many person will be there. Let's say it has been approved to me. Now, let's say if I stop sharing of this, how the form will be there, ethical form will be there, let's say check it. Animal ethical permission form, draft, let's say. Form A, Form B, like this will be there, where you need to mention everything. Okay, let's say, share. Okay, you see that some form will
Yes,
be there
sir.
where title, everything, who will be working, what is the component will be there, how many students will be working, like this will be there, how much months, who are the funding agency, key point have to be there, which type of biological component will be used. Okay, these things, important points are there, which type of mice you will be using, what is the number of mice, total how much mice require, let's say here meeting 120 for a year. Okay, so all these points, and how will be the dispose, even how to dispose, how to handle, everything should be there. So details, everything will be there. Okay, and this is there. Another form will be there, let's say. Why it is not coming multiple? Form B templates also will be there. Okay, this is very interesting. So how the details has to mention. Okay, you see that this one. So everything, registration number and date of registration of the ethical committee, name and address, registration number of bidders from where the animals will be giving. Okay, place where the animal are presently kept, animal house are not there, place where the experiment is to be performed. Okay, that's also will be there, duration. Okay, all everything has to mention. Yeah, and this is the unfilled form. I am showing what is the points will be there. How the blood sample, if you would like to take, how the process of taking the blood sample, if you would like to take lungs, kidney, all other things, every process has to be mentioned, and it is like that you cannot torture the animal. You will be cutting or you will kill them, it's fine, but a proper procedure, and whatever the type of anesthesia will be used, that also has to be mentioned. Okay, and declaration of investigator will be there. I have to sign. So it's like a signing a court paper, and committee members will be there. This is all. This is all. Okay. So still we have not got any permission for the let's say human trial. That thing, it is very difficult. Lot of steps are there. You have to show that you have, at least for human trial, you will be giving something happen 30 lakhs to the all the patient like this. So it's a few crores or $1 million. Project will be there whenever really will be doing the human trial. So we are still now in the in vivo mouse model. Okay. In India, they are not probably giving the monkey and other things other than whenever you will be working in the medicine. Yeah. Any more question is there?
So one of our participant is requesting you to share some samples of proposal you have submitted.
Sample of proposal. See, sample of proposal, lot of things is there. It will be filled proposal. I may not able to share. But let's say you log into the DST, CSIR, what are the funding agency there? The proposal format will be available. I will be telling that DST proposal, ACRB proposal format. Okay. As a core research grant, ACRB research proposal, it will be here. You just log in here, you will be getting the proposal. They will be not only proposal, lot of information they will be giving. Okay. And let's say ICMR will be there. ICMR project proposal. You have to proposed proposal format will be available in this website, and you have to log in there. Based on the login, because different project proposal will have different format will be there. Let's say DBT, let's say DBT project format, DBT project proposal format will be there. Okay, just log in there, and you will be getting. It is not a specific, they can change time to time. Let's say there will be industrial call will be there, big grant, BIG, big grant. Big grant project proposal template will be there. Grant proposal template. Okay, BIG, DBT big grant. This will be there in the DBT big grant. DBT big grant project proposal will be there. Okay, Department of Biotechnology. Here we will be getting a proposal format. It is available. It is not tough to get. Okay, project proposal there. By rack, let's say by rack. This I wanted to give. This will be there by big grant. Okay. So these are the measure are there. In the state level also so many things will be there. Okay. Biotechnology, yeah, these are the measure. That since I am working on the biomedical fields, this is very known to me. And if you have a login, just everybody can log in there. You have to create a login and template will be there. So many templates will be there. Just download it. Yes. Anything else? Any more question?
Dhananjay, sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, sir, if you will allow, then I have just a question or rather query.
Allow.
So, sir, whether funding agency have some biasness, do some biasness with private universities or private institutions and government institutions while giving funds to the PI?
Now funding agency is biased towards the non-government institute to give more fund because they wanted to make a competition between the government institute and non-government institute. The non-government institute, I will be telling the Amita University, SIP, Natar, VIT, SRM, they are performing well. So much more fundings are nowadays coming to the non-government institute, those who are doing research, minimum research. Because it will be like that most of the US and other countries, the non-government research. Now you see that QS ranking, MIT, they are non-government institute. So government is trying much more to give the funds to the non-government institute. Okay. You don't think that you are from the non-government institute, they will not give fund. They are giving much more funds to the non-government institute. Okay, 3-4 colleagues or write proposal, you will get definitely project proposal based on the existing facility. Yeah, if project proposal have some minimum standard, okay, good proposal, write a good proposal. You not minimum standard. You think that it is a good proposal, definitely. I know many of my friends, my lab mates, they are working in Amita University in Delhi. Na, one of my friends is working there he's working on tuberculosis and infectious disease. He got 3-4 projects from DRDO, DBT. He's working in Delhi, but he is collaborating with AIMS. You have AMC is there na, in Ranchi. AMC is also there. Okay,
Devghar,
you
right?
can find
Devghar,
Ranchi AMC. In Ranchi AMC is also is there na. How far your place from Ranchi city?
Sir, Ranchi AIMS is not there. Instead of Ranchi AIMS, it is having RIMS, but in Devghar having AIMS.
newly established.
So if it is no far distance, okay, now distance is not a matter nowadays. Many, I have a project, let's say in South India. Okay, many have project in South India. So that is not a matter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's not like that. You should not assume that there is biasness. No, there is. You should assume that there is no biasness.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Everybody, yeah. You see that Amita University have project. I know Delhi. I do not know much about your places. And BIT Ranchi, they have projects. So many projects. I know so many.
Yes, sir. Recently, we have also a few projects here at Ranchi.
Okay.
So,
see, you'll be very this time. Star projects was there. Star project. Okay, Star project was there. They have funded only 3 projects to IIT BHU. 3 projects out of maybe 50 or 100 they submitted. So it is like that because competition is much more nowadays. Now, every time competition are there.
yeah.
India is so big country. When some call is there for against a call, thousands projects are coming. Maybe they will be giving 10%.
Yes, sir.
So 10% sometimes is 50 crores. For a call, 50 crores is okay. If 100 project, 50 lakhs is. Yeah, yes.
Sir, but it is easier for the people coming from the background of science to get it for non-governmental institutions also. But when it comes to humanities, I have already completed a project this year, a 3-year project. So it was funded by UGC. So UGC clearly mentions that we will not be providing the fund to any private university. It was clearly mentioned in the, so I had to consider a PI from a government organization and be the co-PI for that project. So might be that in the field of science, there is no biasness, but in humanities, so there.
I have not seen that thing. It's maybe happened that the flexibility of the non-government institute is much more to leave the job. Okay. If let's say they have funded, who will be taking care about the funds? Let's say you are not utilizing the funds, that have to be returned to them. Okay. In government means you have a binding, you have a legal, let's say we sign the legal document. Okay, that's maybe the reason. I don't know exactly. They see that the possibility of nowadays I have submitted a project proposal. They mentioned that even if you are a government institute, you have to have a co-PI so that in essence of you, if something happened, then your co-PI should take care about this project. So this is the common in everywhere. This is the common. This is not hurting everything. If you have submitted a project proposal with someone from the other institute, if they are funded, so you should be happy. You should do. We should be happy as a scientist that we are doing research. At the end of the day, if you do something, we are happy. We have a family also, but you will see that after certain time, whenever nobody will be there without whatever we are doing nowadays, that will be our asset. Okay. Till the date, world will be there, where name will be there. So apart from the family, this academic research is, if you are interested, that's good. So don't think that what the formulation they are making, you think that how you will get the funds. I'll be rating, last 5 years, I have submitted at least 50 projects, only 2-3 sanctioned. So this is the ratio. It is not means that IIT, they are giving fund. So I'm telling, at least in 2018 December to, let's say, till that I have submitted at least 50 projects, only 3 sanctioned. 2-3 cents. So this is the scenario. Because when we see the success only, we don't see the failure. What is there? The story of the failure. So that is the experience. So why I put that journey of project writing, and then I wanted to extend this journey from the writing a project proposal to submit to publish the paper. And I thought that it will be again the story of publishing paper is there. Let's say for PhD student, how much we spend per year? Let's say average 40,000, okay, per month salary for a PhD student. So almost 5 lakhs we pay. So 25 lakhs only on the salary, and the manpower, let's say non-government institute, from the money come for the salary also. Okay, for us, let's say government is supporting. So if you see that, I was calculating to give a award a PhD degree to a students in we pay 25 lakhs to the salary on the students, and average for the biotechnology per year. Let's say for my lab 10 lakhs consumable is required. Other than institute, if you see that institute lab space, few crores labs. So if you calculate that, to give a PhD degree, we spent all for a student 5 years duration 1.5 crores. So this is only two. And to do a good research papers, another 25 consumable, other thing, instrument. And nowadays has come publication charges also. Okay, for publishing $1,000 or some dollars to $1,000 to something. So it is costly affairs, but it is not only in India. Everywhere we pay in money, others pay in dollar. So whenever we convert this, it's all scenario. Nothing is free nowadays. And the most dangerous thing is that, okay, scientists has to do everything. Only the publishers, they will take the APC and you will publish. They will do the business only. So this is the story.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, do you think that government should make some policies for researchers for paying or for at least supporting APCs type of things?
It is not possible for the government. Let's say in our country, no government have this.
Because
okay.
there are so many journals and so many publications, houses are now transforming themselves from subscription based to open journal based model.
After 5 years, you will see that every publication cost will be there.
So for the researchers like from India, lot of money will go there for APC. So how they will publish their research?
No government pay. None of the government of the world pay the APC charge. The scientists, researcher, and faculty members, they earn from their project, okay, or they mention in the project APC charges, or whatever the contingency consumable are there, they manage from there. Okay. So we are lucky that in India also, even your institute also, they give some certain number of PhD students from on behalf of the institute. Let's say 1-2 students they give. Every faculty members will be getting 2 PhD students, institute to fellowship. That is there in throughout the scenario. In outside India, where I am sitting, in cases, let's say 1-2 students per faculty, all others PhD scholars fellowship has to manage by the faculty members. Even the US, during the agreement, it is mentioned that, let's say, how much salary you will be earning from your project and how much institute will pay. That is also is there. Yes. So see, this is the journey of a researcher, and at the end of the day, we smile when we publish a paper. Our students smile. So we have to be positive. Whatever the limited resources are there. Definitely till now, if the work is good, okay, so many organizations are there, RSC, ACS are there, they don't take publication charges. And like India, let's say, how many faculties in with us in the BHU campus, at least 2,000 faculties are there. Every one, if you publish one paper, not one paper, many paper, you calculate with one. APC charge is $2,000. Then you calculate this, how much it's coming. Government will not run, all will die without food throughout the world. If we ask money, why government will be giving us? Government, we have to do our work. Yeah. We think that everything is smooth. No, nothing is smooth. Yes. Thank you. Any more question? People think that those who are IIT, they get the privilege, but not like that. Okay. Not like that. Something, maybe some students are coming, some, okay. But it's okay. If you, let's say I am here, okay, for here, let's say this institute will be paying something. I have managed funds, from there I am visiting here for 2 months. So this is everywhere. We should not think that others are getting freely.
Yeah.
Somewhere we have to be dedicated for our work. So another thing, let's say you don't have money for doing experiment, do theoretical work, computational work, computational biology. Let's say computational biology. I am also presently thinking 50% computational, 50% the experimental. So we have to mold ourselves, because that I'm telling that if we publish at the end of the day, you smile.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, thank you. Any more question? Professor Amit, probably you wanted to ask me something.
I have already asked, sir.
Okay. Any more question? If no question is there, it is 10:30, 10:20 now here. Okay, in India 12:50. I will go for breakfast. Okay, I come early.
Thank you, sir,
Minimum.
for answering all the queries of our participants. And thank you to all the participants for joining us for today's session.
So thank you, Dr. Jaita and groups, all the faculty members, those who have invited me, and ultimately Dr. Jaita probably is communicating with me for last 2 years. I have these things. Anyway, there is some pros and pros. We maintain something so that we'll maintain the quality of the other things. Okay. So thank you very much for inviting me. It's a nice session. This is the talk which is scientific related, but not the experimental result I present today. Okay. So, but most important things is the starting of the career. Okay. Thank you very much to
Thank you so
everyone.
much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
wish you
sir.
all the
Thank you,
best.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye. Namaskar. Bye. Bye. Have a nice day. Bye. I'm leaving. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.